The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The human postponer. They were the master of one phrase. I'll circle back on that. But 3 months later, you were the one doing all their work and wondering how big that circle is. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can take the hiring load off your plate by automating the hiring busy work from the initial job post to scheduling interviews. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Mornings have a rhythm. You can hear it, feel it. And at Quaker, we fuel it. With 100% whole grain oats and a good source of fiber in every bowl, helping you turn that rhythm into your soundtrack for a great day. Fuel to start whatever's next. Quaker, official sponsor of FIFA World Cup 26.
Let's go!
This is the TJ Show, our news. It sounds different around here. Kenny reads through every story he can find, and then he brings us the most interesting ones. Kenny, what's happening on the planet today?
We talked about this the other day. A record T-Rex fossil skeleton was up for auction at Sotheby's. It sold yesterday to an anonymous phone bidder for $50.1 million.
Come on, you can't even show up and do it in person. You got to do it over the phone.
Well, maybe they were on their yacht.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they're too far out. They're like, I got to get to that auction, but can I call in? Yeah, that's wild to me. So it's a private buyer?
Yes.
Not a museum?
No.
So it just goes away in a closet, and we don't get to see it ever again?
We don't know that. We do know that the Society of Vertebrate Paleontology has expressed hope that this anonymous buyer will donate the fossil to an accredited natural history museum, so it remains accessible for public viewing. But we don't know what this buyer is going to do. What we do know is that there were 7 bidders in total, and this phone bidder came in by phone and offered the most, and the gavel was struck and the sale went to him. It's the most complete T-Rex skeleton. It's nicknamed Gus for the owner of the land where it was found in South Dakota. It's 61% complete, so most of the fossil is there, and it is the most expensive dinosaur fossil skeleton ever sold.
And we know that it went to a guy?
Oh, I don't know if it was a man or a woman.
Oh, okay, you said him, so I was going to start guessing. That's why.
Lots of assuming there.
Sorry about that.
Guys,
that was a slip.
I have to confess, I was that anonymous donor. I want to come out and say it right now. Yeah, it was me.
You have this? Can I touch it?
Yeah, no, you can. Yes, I might donate to the museum. I might not.
Nobody boos you.
But if Sotheby's is listening, please don't cash my check right away. I have to move some stuff around.
Did you date it ahead a week?
Yeah. Maybe cash it next week just in case. Not liquid at the moment.
You can put it next to that giant skeleton you bought for Costco for the Halloween decoration.
By the way, speaking of that, last I checked, we're in July. They put that up already.
Yeah, it's actually been up for a month.
What is that about?
Yeah, I noticed.
They probably had it in the back, and they were like, you know what? Get this back out from here.
Right.
We need space for the milk.
Yeah, exactly.
Just move this out.
Yeah, if you're in the skeleton collecting game, that skeleton is a lot less money. You could save a lot if you go with the Costco skeleton.
Right.
I drove by a house the other day that still had that skeleton up, and I think that's just what it's going to be at that house. It's just living outside forever. Because where do you store it? It's so massive.
You can't fit it in an attic, your
or
basement.
a garage?
Yeah, where can you fit that?
I have 3 skeletons, fake ones that I use for Halloween. They're out all the time because we live in an apartment. I have no space to put them, no storage space. So they're just out all the time. I dress them up for the seasons. So right now they have bikinis on and they're just sitting on the porch.
Oh, that's great.
The world is getting weirder every day. Have you noticed this? I'm going to have to interview someone at Costco and ask them about that thing. It's too early. But then maybe Costco doesn't have a place to store it. When Costco...
That's what I'm saying.
People just said.
No, but I'm saying...
how to make room for the milk.
But the thing is, Costco's so big. If they can't store it, that should be a sign you can't store it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
All right, Kenny, what else do you have?
LinkedIn, the professional social network. People use it to find jobs, make contacts. It seems as though the people using LinkedIn have found a new use for it. According to research, 1 in 8 respondents reported that they have started a romantic relationship on LinkedIn.
Well, at least you already know somebody's job history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can get an idea for what they might make.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, now this is despite the fact that 65% of respondents worried that dating through the site could harm their reputation. 35% of people said they didn't care about that. And if they're not using LinkedIn to start a relationship, 1 in 5 say they use the platform to research potential partners.
Oh, yeah. So you meet someone on a regular dating app.
Yes.
And then you figure out their name and you search them out. Well, that's just Googling them. If you happen to have a LinkedIn, it'll pop up.
Yeah, they say 50% of respondents find that information on LinkedIn is more trustworthy than standard dating profiles. And just a couple of weeks ago, we were doing a story about this new trend of kitten fishing, which talks about how on dating apps, people are telling little lies or making little exaggerations about themselves to appear more palatable to a potential partner.
All right. Well, there you go. You got to be on your game. Your little suit picture. Make it look cute.
Yeah, sure.
What else you have, Kenny?
Well, speaking of relationships, there was a study done that found Gen Z is spending far less time with friends and romantic partners than millennials were at that same age. And this survey dived into a minute by minute how Gen Z and other generations are spending their time. It appears Gen Z is spending more time sleeping, relaxing, and living with their parents, less time at work, less time with friends. They say they spend 1.5 hours more time alone than 20 years ago for previous generations. And of course, experts are saying that social isolation could lead to heart disease, stroke, and other physical and mental health issues.
It sounds horrible.
As a millennial, that sounds glorious.
No, wait, you want that?
No, the resting, the sleeping, living with your parents, because I'm tired of paying bills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get a little nervous when I go to the mailbox sometimes. I'm like, what clever bill are they going to come up with this time?
Man, I've walked past my mailbox on purpose multiple days in a row.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know what's in there. Bills and junk. I'm
Yeah.
going to pay them. But my husband, Archie, he'll grab the mail every day. He puts it on the table, and I'm like, just leave it in the box.
It's too jarring.
Leave it.
Yeah, what is he trying to do
I
to
don't
you?
want to go through it. Maybe the post office worker will just take it back.
Yeah, could they do that? I mean, I don't know. We got to figure that out. Maybe they only deliver mail like 3 days a week. I think I can handle that.
That would be nice.
Or every other day. Like, okay, today's not one of those days I have to go to that mailbox. Because it's never fun. Although my grandma still sends cards to my kid.
You see, that's sweet.
But that's fun for her.
Right. And
Yeah.
for your kid, not for you.
No, not for me. I go, well, where's my $20? I still have
Exactly.
birthdays.
Apply
Come
that
on
to
now.
the light bill.
What else do you have, Kenny?
We talked about this company a while back when they first were coming up with this idea. The company is called Reflect Orbital. They have this Earendel satellite that is pretty much a giant mirror in space that is able to reflect sunlight to places on the globe where it's nighttime. So it'll make sunlight happen at night depending on where you are.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
You're controlling now the sun.
Yeah, could they make the sun dark unless you turn it on? Like, does that freak you out or what?
I don't know. But
What if you get into the beam? Does the beam fry you?
I don't think so.
Like a magnifying glass?
No, I think it would be just like the regular sun, except it would be weird because it would be nighttime.
Except
And the
for
sun would
it's
be there.
not the sun. It's not natural, like UV lights.
Well, I guess in theory, like if you were in Alaska during one of those times where it's always dark, could you have a satellite take the sun from outer space and then shoot it down to Alaska? So it'd be like turning on a light, if what they're saying could actually happen.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it, and it is actual sunlight. It's nothing more than a mirror reflecting the sun down. It's not like a lamp up in outer
Oh, I
space.
got that.
The FCC has approved this for testing, and they want to have 50,000 of these satellites
Oh, come on, man.
by 2035. They say it's to serve agricultural, industrial, and emergency sectors. So, for instance, maybe in a place like Alaska, where I guess it's hard to farm when it's dark out for 24 hours a day, this could shine sunlight on a field, and perhaps you could grow your crops that way.
I feel like there's a reason
More
the
than
sun
that.
works the way it works, and maybe we shouldn't mess with it.
Well, you're right, because scientists and astronomers are warning about how this
Right.
technology poses significant threats, including disrupting circadian rhythms for humans, wildlife, plants, our sleep cycles, also creating blinding flashes that could distract pilots and drivers, or blinding and damaging sensitive research telescopes and lower altitude satellite sensors.
Also, you ever use your phone outside and it catches a glimpse of the sun and all of a sudden like the sun flashes in your eyes?
Yeah, and it hurts.
It hurts. What if you walk into this thing by accident?
Yeah, well, I guess that's why people are concerned. But the FCC has approved this for testing, so these
Oh, my
satellites are
goodness.
going up into space, and I guess we'll see how it works out.
Little concerning. Add to the list of concerns. We have a long one. Kenny, what else you have?
A 15-year-old from New Delhi, India, has developed an AI-powered app to help people report potholes to the appropriate authorities.
Now this is what we
I
need.
like that.
See,
Yes.
that's for
friendly.
the people. You know what I'm saying?
Friendly AI.
Here on Earth.
Technology, good.
Yeah.
Rearranging the sun, bad.
Yeah, this is going to make it easier and hopefully get these potholes addressed quicker.
What else do you have, Kenny?
So the first
Great.
Chipotle Mexican grill has opened in all places, Mexico.
All right, I'm done. The audacity. I'm out of here.
Well,
I'm over it.
that's kind of like nothing against Olive Garden. We love them, right? But building an Olive Garden in Italy might not work.
Well, this article does draw comparisons. They tried a Taco Bell in Mexico.
Okay, there you
They
go.
tried Domino's Pizza in Italy.
There you
Both
go.
epic fails.
Yeah, of course.
What?
Kenny, what else you have?
It's tough to think that by Sunday, the World Cup here in the United States and North America will be over. But for those who want to cling to the memories of the World Cup, FIFA is selling patches of grass from New York, New Jersey Stadium, formerly MetLife Stadium, from the final, the championship game, for $450.
Can you
a
imagine?
cube.
Did they not make enough with like tickets?
No, apparently not. You know, and I've seen this before in my parents' house. If you walk far enough into the living room, you will see a tiny glass box, and in there is a circle of grass from the old Yankee Stadium. Someone purchased that as a gift for my dad, and it's like all this dried up, frizzed out grass with a little patch of dirt underneath. I don't know how much they bought that for, but it sounds very similar to this. People want this. And I guess if it's the final game, it's kind of cool, but what do you do with that?
Nothing.
you
It
just
just
look at
sits
it.
there. You just brag
Yeah.
to your friends when they come over.
Well, do you remember? I think the most ridiculous example, it was the Philadelphia Eagles, their NFC championship win a couple of years ago when they did eventually win the Super Bowl. It snowed in that NFC championship game, and they were selling jars of the snow. For, I don't know, a couple of $100 a
you
piece.
imagine?
But these are $450 for a square. They say it's 17.5 by 17.5 by 17.5, but they don't say if it's inches, centimeters, or millimeters. Apparently, ABC News reached out to FIFA via email for clarification on that. They've yet to respond. So we
Wow.
don't know exactly what size it'll be, but from the pictures I saw, and I don't know if this is accurate, it kind of looked like the size of a Rice Krispie treat. And it'll be housed in an acrylic box, and it comes with a USB keepsake package in a premium display box.
Not as yummy though.
Kenny, what else do you have?
Olive Garden is bringing back its fan favorite never-ending pasta pass, and that begins next Thursday, July 16th. For $100, you can have as much pasta as you could possibly want for 13 weeks straight.
I'm not mad about it.
It's a lot of pasta.
Do they let you have chicken on it? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, according to the press release, the chain says customers can enjoy up to 120 combinations of pastas, sauces, protein toppings, and more. And 2 new menu additions also available: spicy Alfredo and crispy shrimp fritta, as well
Can
as a
you-
protein topping.
Can you do me a favor? Can you find out if we get the pass, can I pass it to you guys? Like, if I buy it, can I go, J-Bo, take it over? And then you run out, and then you come back and you give it to Kenny, and we all, like, just go
man.
around? What
I'm
do you
gonna
think?
Say no because I mean,
Is it
you can't-
trans-
you
Definitely
can't
losing
share
a lot of money.
Netflix password. I highly doubt.
Pasta pass, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, but they're strict about that at like a place like Costco because you have like your photo on it. I
Yeah.
wonder if this will be a photo ID that you have. The thing is,
Present your ID.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
been a while. They started this in 2014. It ended in 2019 with
Okay.
the COVID pandemic.
I don't
It's
really care.
Back for the first time in 6 years.
What I care about is if we buy one for the show, can we pass it around between us? Can you find out?
I will find out.
Thank you very much.
I assume no, but
Kenny, what else you got?
we talked about this last week. Meta on July 7th launched an AI photo generation feature called Muse Image. And what it could do was reportedly scrape photos from any public Instagram account for you to use and create new images. So you could manipulate the photos in whichever way you please.
Which sounds like the most like egregious forward move that they could make. I was actually shocked. I know I've seen them do some pretty wild things, but that sounded shocking to me.
Yeah, and you weren't the only one shocked because it sparked severe public backlash. And 3 days later, on July 10th, they have scrapped that feature. It no longer
Look at that.
exists.
Good.
Okay.
Boom.
You see what happens when people unite against something.
There is so much power in unity. And last week, when did you report on that when it first popped up? Because we talked about it.
I think it was Tuesday the 7th.
Tuesday.
The day it launched.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember saying, like, we don't have to be on social media. It's
Right.
not something we have to do. And you get enough people who say, I'm done with this, and look at that. And then I'm sure they invested a ton of money in that and everything.
Yeah, and people have the option to opt out as well. So I wonder if a lot of people just opted out and they were like, this is not worth it.
Yeah, well, you had individuals protesting this, but also you had big organizations like SAG-AFTRA. They criticized the move. They said anything short of an explicit, conspicuous opt-in process was unacceptable given the known dangers of non-consensual digital replicas.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So a lot of people got behind getting rid of this thing, and Meta did. They broke.
I wonder if they're just testing us. They're just pushing the boundaries a little more. See how much they're going to go for. Will they be okay with this? Oh, all right. Well, a little too much.
I mean, if they didn't, I don't know how they couldn't have seen this coming. You know?
Well, they don't seem to care about people.
I guess not.
I mean, maybe they do. I could be wrong. Maybe
Seems like they don't.
Maybe they're very nice people. I don't know. Anyway, Kenny, what else do you have?
2 years ago today, a meteorite crashed into the roof of a house in Hillsborough, New Jersey. And it was going 32,000 miles per hour, triggered a sonic boom
Oh my
right
goodness.
near the Statue of Liberty in New York City.
Do you remember that story?
I
we
do.
talked about it.
Yeah, I feel like I remember that.
So this was preserved at the time and has been studied ever since. And this was just published in the journal Science Advances. They found this rock had evidence of extraterrestrial amino acids, which are the building blocks of life. So perhaps proof of extraterrestrial life out there in outer space.
Wow.
I'm not surprised by that.
I thought you were going to say something started crawling out of it. So
No.
I feel some sense of relief right now.
Do they know how old this thing is?
They estimate that this thing, at least the original meteor that it broke off of, was probably around 6 million years old.
How about that?
And then it broke up about 200,000 years ago.
Wow.
Wow, that's impressive.
This is all so big. Do you feel small right now? I feel small.
I don't feel small. I feel like I get to be part of like something that's bigger than me. I think that's pretty cool.
There's definitely, we're part of a story of some kind.
I'm glad it didn't crash through one of our roofs.
And yes, no, thankfully no one was hurt by that, right?
Yeah, nobody was hurt and actually fixed the roof pretty quickly. The other thing they mentioned is that this rock was CM half carbaceous chondrite. It's only the second time this rare class of primitive meteorite has been witnessed falling to Earth. So a historic meteorite as
Glad
well.
we got a little more of that. Very familiar with the.
Put that on my salad.
Yep. What else you got?
We're learning about an instance of pole dancing gone wrong.
Oh, I saw this video. This is not good.
Yeah, so this woman named Asha, she's from Houston, Texas, and she had just bought herself a pole dancing pole so she could practice her pole dancing at home.
Which is
And-
an exercise routine.
It is. So she got this thing, she sets it up. She was worried about it maybe hitting into the wall if it fell down. So she set it up, and I guess it was placed too closely to the sprinkler, the fire sprinkler on the ceiling. And as she was dancing, the pole fell, knocked into the fire sprinkler, and flooded her apartment. Not only that, the downstairs neighbor as well.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You got to be careful with those sprinklers. I'll never forget, I came home to our apartment in Boston and I saw there was an article of clothing hanging from the sprinkler. And I said,
That's a no-no.
I turned to my wife, Jess, I said, what is that? She's like, oh, I just needed somewhere to hang it. I said, no, not there.
Of all places.
Because, there's this little glass thing, and if it breaks,
Right.
it sets
Oh, it's a
off.
wrap.
It's a mess. And as a matter of fact, it's sort of related, but we had a horrible thing happen on our floor where we lived. Someone left their window open in the wintertime, and there is like explicit detail in every document in this apartment. Do not leave your windows open. And some people would leave for months. They would leave for the winter. Well, this person didn't listen, wound up freezing a pipe. It cracked. Next thing you know, there is water rushing down the hallway. It was coming towards our apartment. I never forget. I opened up a big bag of baby diapers and I started lining our apartment. And we had no damage because of that. The diapers kept filling up
Hey,
and I
that's
kept
great.
replacing them. But all the people below that apartment building got washed out, like apartments destroyed.
believe it.
One misstep like that. So I'm sure her neighbors are not thrilled.
No, actually, her downstairs neighbor neighbor was remarkably understanding about the incident. That is despite her furniture being ruined and she had to relocate. She couldn't live in that downstairs apartment.
Oh, it's a mess.
They had to move her to a different apartment.
Hopefully they have renter's insurance. That's probably why she's on stress. She's like, I got renter's insurance. It's fine.
New furniture.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and the woman, Asha, she says she's officially done practicing pole dancing at home. Now, I do have some experience with these at-home pole dancing poles.
Really?
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend had one, and they're like a tension rod. Do you know, like, if you hang up curtains, those tension rods that kind of push up against the wall? So it's like that, except you do it floor to ceiling. And if you do it right, they're actually quite sturdy, but you have to find some kind of support beam on the ceiling, because otherwise it'll just break through the sheetrock of the ceiling.
Are you bragging right now?
Yeah, I'm just trying to
He's
explain it.
mansplaining.
No, but is he bragging
Yeah.
about his previous relationship?
Well, she was very into fitness.
It's for a workout.
All right. Yeah, that's cool. Good for
I'm
you.
just saying, they are pretty cool and remarkably sturdy if they are installed the
Did
right
you use
way.
it for fitness too?
I did spin around on that thing a couple of
okay.
times. Yeah, it was fun.
That's why he looks so good.
Not okay.
Kenny.
Thank you.
Thanks for keeping us somewhat informed.
That's what's happening.
I think you were bragging just now.